Good morning. Did you know there's a Nicodemus, Kansas? There really is. And it happens to be named after Nicodemus in the Bible. You remember the story? How Nicodemus was a very learned man. He was a Pharisee. And he'd been hearing about Jesus. And he was intrigued by all these new ideas and teachings of Jesus, these new thoughts. But he just wasn't sure about it. And so he came at night to see Jesus because he didn't want anybody else to know he was going there. And he got to talking about what he needed to do. What was these things that Jesus was talking about? And Jesus said, you need to be born again. You need to be born anew. Well, that was a real challenge for Nicodemus. To be willing to step back and to look at everything differently in a new way. You know, that's such a hard thing to do. We get so comfortable with our beliefs and what feels good to us. To have the courage to step back and look at things anew, to be born again in God's Spirit. Well, we know things did happen for Nicodemus because the next time we hear about him, he is in a meeting of the Sanhedrin. He is a man of influence. And the Sanhedrin is discussing the problem of Jesus. And they want to condemn him. And Nicodemus speaks up and said, don't we have a law that says a man is innocent until proven guilty? That's basically what he said. To say something like that, that really was putting him at risk. It made him look like he might be siding with Jesus. Remember, he'd come at night because he wasn't sure. But then when Jesus is crucified, we read about where it was Joseph of Arimathea and Nicodemus who came to take his body down from the cross. And it was Nicodemus who provided the myrrh for his body to be anointed for burial. There was no hiding now. He was blatantly out there saying, I too was a follower of this man. What a change it made for Nicodemus. To be able to look at life in a whole different way, to want to be born anew, to be set free. You see, that's what inspired the people who came to Nicodemus, Kansas and found in that town. It was in 1877 that a group of former slaves in Kentucky decided they wanted to leave Kentucky and they wanted to go west and have a whole new existence, to find a new way of making their world. And so they talked a number of former slaves into going with them so that all of them could go. And there they got the land in Kansas, and they named it Nicodemus, Kansas. A place where we're going to be born anew. A place where we're going to be able to see life different and be free to make our new world. I found it incredibly inspiring to think some people wanted to go out and see things differently and begin anew and to believe God will set us free. Well, that's the truth for you and me as well. You and I can see things in a different way. You and I can be born anew. Through the gift of God's grace, you and I can look at this world in a new way. We can look at our problems in a new way. We can see opportunities in a new way. Don't be afraid. Go out and let God's grace help you be born again. Have a great day.